we've come such a long way, women.
There's a lot of infidelities going out there too because of body expectations.
Now women being sort of like powerful, they got like intimidated.
He speaks about that he can have as many women as he can as long he can afford them. Hi, welcome again to I Got an Accent, So What? And today I'm with these beautiful beauties here. I'm gonna present them right in a minute. But before, I would like you guys to rate, subscribe, comment on all of our platforms for podcasts. Obviously, YouTube. Definitely, it's been a joy for me to grow into I Got an Accent, So What? And have amazing guests. But today, I have three beautiful, lovely ladies, and I'm going to present them. And I wanted to bring diversity, number one, different generation, because we have millennials here and we have a generation C, X, Y, and Z.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
But we wanted here your points, and today I'm bringing a topic. I want to hear you ladies, especially because we come from different walk of life. But I have my lovely Natalia, okay, our songwriter. She's a singer, and even more than that, she's my amazing pipeline manager. She keeps our people on tack, and she's my sergeant, and you're doing such an amazing job in your management, and she's growing and glowing with us. And thank you for coming today.
No, thank you for having me. The pleasure is mine. I feel really great to be here and be able to share with an amazing, role model leader as well. I'm blessed to be here in this company, and I love what I do here. And I just, I love that I can also have an empowered woman to look up to. So thank you so much for having me here today.
Definitely want to pick in your mind and pick in there what Natalia is all about. And, it's just, we don't have to be all the same. We can have different opinion.
Absolutely.
And I have my gorgeous, the youngest of the bunch, okay? Veronica, straight from Venezuela. She's my director of first impression in our company as well. And obviously, younger, fresher. So I also want to hear where, her perspective is. We understand that we are here to inspire, but also to share different opinion within each other, So thank you, Vero.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
As you see, she's super excited. I had to beg her, please. But she said, okay, G, I'll do it just for you.
The first time I say yes.
And my lovely, you guys seen her before, Hennessy Concepcion, our amazing office manager, accountant, bookkeeper, and model. And in other life, she was an amazing beauty pageant, running for many crowns and winning many other crowns. Her resume is very extent.
Slash.
And I also brought you because, especially with what we're going to be talking today, which is society expectation, right? Wow. What society expect from us women in different walk of life. I know, some of you are single, some of you are in a relationship, and I want to, and also different, culture, Absolutely. Puerto Rico, my both Boricua right here in the corner, my Venezuela, and then my nationality that you guys know, Cuban, loud, proud.
Loud.
But first question, obviously, guys, is, and we see that all the time. We grew up, and I think the first person that usually was drilling that in our mind was always our moms. How should a woman should behave? There's many, and I know, we have come a long way as women, in different, career, different walk of life, women in politics and empowering other, but we always grew up with how should a lady behave, and it's a big one where even men expect certain way, or even our peers around ourselves, a woman should behave this certain way. How should a woman behave in your eyes and what we grew up, and how do you think that should be?
I mean, that's an awesome topic. I'm happy that we're talking about this because it needs to be vocalized. For me, I love the point that you say how it comes from your upbringing. That's so crucial, right? We're brought up a certain way, and I think that all of our moms mean well when they bring us up because that's how they grew up. So they're just replicating, right? But I feel like the term saying how women should behave, we're all individually unique.
Right.
And I feel like there should never be a definition as to what a woman is supposed to be. I think that you need to grow into your purpose and who you're supposed to be.
Right.
Male, female, we're talking about women, but there shouldn't be. And I feel like sometimes I get frustrated. I don't know if you feel the same way, but
Yeah,
I get
totally.
frustrated because I'm like, what do you mean how a woman is supposed to be? Like,
Yeah.
it shouldn't exist. I think that we need to be ourselves. We need to find ourselves. We need to be authentic. Be you.
Yeah.
Right? Grow into the woman that you want to be, not that you're supposed to be.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very good point. As you say. How about you, Vero? Especially that you're the youngest. Do you still hear that?
So actually, not anymore, though.
Good.
Because, and actually what makes me like the more impact is that the woman we're supposed to be, that's just for women. Because you never hear, the man is supposed to be like that. You never hear that.
True. That's a super valid point.
Like I've never, not before, not now, never.
Wow.
So now it's more like we should be even, or women have like another type of way than men. It's not, we're just not a pretty face.
Absolutely.
So
Wow.
that's a new thing.
Wow.
Because always like women, they're just a pretty face and that's it, just stay home, just raise children. And even women nowadays, they decide to not have children because
Wow.
of the society nowadays.
So impacted them. So there's women that you can say that have been impacted with what a woman should be, that they actually want a rebel to be.
Exactly.
If I don't want to have kids, I don't have to have kids.
Exactly.
That's interesting. Hennessy?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna talk about, like more like generational impact. I think that because of times and how times have changed and how our generations have impacted, present generations, it's not so much of what a woman is supposed to act or behave like. It's more like, what can we build for ourselves to empower each other and continue to grow and develop, as women.
Right.
Instead of being someone that is dictated to act or be a certain way, it's more a movement. That's how I feel like it is right now.
That's true.
More of like a movement.
Wow. So very interesting, guys, actually. I was not expecting this answer from this two over here. Because I used to understand that the reason why our peers, used to say that is because it was kind of to give us a path of how should we act, in a sense of put a lot of time in a box where a lot of, like you said, our identity mean shifted, because then you're like, I should behave like this, but I really want to feel like that. Like, you should be a ladylike, but I want to play sport, and to be sport, I need to be comfortable, So to the point that then you're telling me that has impacted women to even stop having kids, which if you guys see, we need to grow as society.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
It's necessary.
Necessary. Where then I see it from another perspective, and how powerful that was in impacting certain women, that it kind of also change of what we were created, in the sense that is, to reproduce and to give life, because it's such a powerful
Right.
gift that was given to us, guys, that you can see it can harm that original plan, right? Just because that person feels like you're not letting me be, or not allowing me to grow to that individual that maybe I'm feeling to be, that maybe I want to later on in life have kids and not right after, college, or maybe that I want to venture different way. Who set that up, But a lot of time it's even us women that do it among themselves. So
That's true.
and even I caught a lot of us even saying, and I hear this conversation in men all the time, smart, but not too smart. Right?
Right.
So,
Of course.
sorry guys if this is hurting you, but they want a smart but not so smart woman, meaning like you can be smart but not smarter than me in the sense. So it's a lot of time that when we understand what we can control or not control and what others think of us, how can you naughty, you know, when you hear a comment like that, smart but not too smart. I mean, I know what you're thinking.
I think we're thinking the same.
Yes.
Smart the person.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I feel like, yeah, you cringe, right? But I've also learned that a lot of times we as women, we have to learn more too to educate men.
Yeah.
I don't know if you feel that way, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's like society as a whole from the beginning of time, right? We've come such a long way, women, right? We used to be considered a minority.
Right.
We've come such a long way.
Yeah.
We're not there anymore. But
Exactly.
again, it starts from how the upbringing is. And a lot of times, you know, these men, they're brought up to believe like that's truly what they believe. But I still feel like, and that's why it's so powerful, the things that we're talking about, we have to be more vocal. We have to say, no, I'm going to rectify you.
Yeah.
Okay? If you feel like I'm too smart, then that means that you're insecure about something and you need to work on that. Remember, it's a reflection of how they feel. And a lot of times I feel like it's that insecurity. And I don't know, I could say with me in my age range, you know, with dating and everything like that, like you feel it more because you're just like, whoa. So because I'm career driven and I'm smart and I my goals are these, that's too much. That's too much. It seems like you feel too little. That's how I feel about it. And that's something that you have to work on. But we don't speak up about it. I'm the one, hey, and you know me, right? I'm the one that in the moment, like, they tell you that? No, that sounds like you feel like you're not smart enough.
Yeah.
So work on that. I'm not going to dim my light to make you feel better. You need to find that security in yourself.
Wow.
Exactly. And
That's
also,
how I feel about it.
like, not to be on the men's side, but as you're saying, we were like grew up like that.
Yeah.
So also were they.
Of
Like
course,
they were
yeah.
like expecting that from women. So now women being sort of like powerful, they got like intimidated.
Yeah.
They weren't raised like that.
Yeah.
So they're like, what's happening?
And
Why
that's why
this?
exactly. That's why we have to educate. That's what I'm saying. We have to educate
Exactly.
them. And I feel like it's come to a place where it's like anger comes out, right? Because a lot of us women, we're like, you cringe. But then it's
Exactly.
like, okay, cringe, breathe for a moment, look at the person
Yeah.
and let them know.
Exactly.
Don't just stay quiet. You have to let them know in a way where they're going to listen. If we're angry about it all the time, they're not going to listen.
You know what? And I think a lot relates to a lot mental health too.
Yes.
Right.
Because sometimes, you know, mothers don't take their time to actually, you know, educate men
That's
on
so
how
true.
to
That's
be,
true,
you know, so secure and, you know, just be able to, you know, embrace, you know, smart and powerful women. So for me, it's, you know, funny that you mention it because when it comes to dating, when it comes to socializing, when it comes to just having casual conversations with people, you know, when I feel like they're starting to get intimidated, you know, I'm like, you know what, that's something that you have to work on, but it's not going to influence
That's true.
my vision, the way I think or where I'm
Right.
going. You know, if you want to work on yourself, do it yourself. However, I mean, I feel like I don't, right now, because of my age, I don't have the time to educate. But again, this is, you know, depending on
right,
the
of
person.
course.
Right.
But that's my point of view regarding that. So.
That's true.
I hate giving any type of credit to this dude. Andre, what?
Tatum was it? Tatum?
Yeah,
Oh, God.
that, if you guys don't have heard about him,
Yeah, me too.
I had. And that's also another thing that, you know, he put women to the floor. Obviously, he's been banned and blocked from TikTok and all of this. But for some reason, I mean, you see this guy's video, they're in the billions. And what it's even more scarier that is reaching out and is very popular with the middle schoolers.
Right.
So funny because one of my admin guys, like, you never heard of him? I'm like, no. They researched it, and I saw one of the videos that he treat women like crap.
That's horrible.
And he was telling me he's huge in the middle schoolers because they're listening to it and giving his schooling kids how to treat women, and they find out because how teachers were complaining about it. So I have a teenager. So I asked my son 2 days ago, hey, have you heard of this guy, Andrew Tate or whatever his name is? I don't even want you guys to research him. And he said, yeah, Mom, the kids talk about it all the time and they have memes and all that. So we have to be also very careful what our kids are listening to and ask questions, guys, because that's the new generation. So it's such an individual speaks so low about women. He speaks about that he can have as many women as he can as long he can afford them. You can see that he's trying to look for fame.
Yeah.
Because a lot of things that he's saying, he's indoctrinating people, doesn't make sense. He's in boxing and all this thing, but it gives more power in the sense like, dude, how inferior you look that you have to put the woman that brought you to this world down to make you feel Superman. I feel sorry
that's the lowest.
for you.
That's
but then that's my point as a mom to make sure, listen, if you feel a woman is super smart, you should actually embrace that to be okay.
Yeah.
But it's us as a mom. My parents did it with me. They over shelter me so much to be this perfect little girl, and they didn't with my brother. So his standard was completely different, and I'm like, how unjust is that? And I know they brought it from a place of protection, but a lot of time you probably teaching this man to have lower standard and this woman to have higher standard.
Absolutely.
So when are we going to communicate?
Right.
Exactly.
That's right.
You know, and that's where, smart, but not too smart. Another big one, ladies, and this one, it just blows my mind. Skinny, but not too skinny.
Oh my God.
Right, Hennessy? You that come from that industry. And it's funny because I asked a couple, men around my life, what do you mean skinny but not so skinny? Because us women are in a never-ending diet and lifestyle. Because if you think about it, we actually want to look cute for each other, right? Not even for men. It's just we want to
For me.
look here
For
us,
me.
and it should be for ourselves. But then the guys were saying, well, yeah, we want them skinny, right? But not too skinny because we need some flesh to grab. And I'm like, well, it sounds to me like a deformed person, because how can skinny and have some meat to grab do that take in proportion? And then you see all these women, and again,
That's because of social media.
Again, guys, I've done my surgeries here and there, and I've done it for myself, whatever it is. But then you see these distorted women and their bodies, huge booties, very skinny legs, or just because of what men want to have in the bedroom. And then you forget your identity as a woman, that you need to feel fine when you look at yourself in that mirror and say, damn, I look good.
That's
Whether
right.
we have 5 pounds or 10, because if you've seen, as women, naturally we carry more weight because we were intent to produce, right?
Exactly.
So, and we can lose 5 and 10 pounds just like that, go up and down. Like in my whole entire thing, I've seen it that 1 month I'm like a little hinchadita, a little swollen, and another month, So when you hear skinny but not so skinny, what did that come to your mind, Hennessy?
Well,
You will be skinny but not too skinny. There you go.
Yeah.
We found it, guys.
Yeah.
well, when we talk about that, I just think about how sad it is, because on the sense of how you have to be to like a man or to keep a man, in this society, and what social media too shares, let's be honest, there's a lot of infidelities going out there too because of body expectations, and it's something that's always been part of like my sad story, because I was in the modeling. If you saw the previous episode, that's something that very impacted me, because I was very skinny and now I'm not so much. But yeah, I just feel like you should be able to just look at yourself, like yourself, love yourself, and whoever comes into your life love you because of that person that you are and what you represent. Not if you're too skinny or a little bit thicker here. No, but you have to lose weight. I'll just be like, there's the door. You can just walk out if you want to leave. That's
Confident
it.
woman.
Yes.
Love that.
Yes.
Vero?
So actually, with that, I take more serious or like a true compliment the woman compliment. When I look at you and I say, oh my God, you look cute today, I literally take that person. I'm like, oh my God, look cute today. But when a man says like, "Ugh, thank you," I mean, that's
Because
me.
you don't know what it means.
Exactly.
Really.
I feel like it's really pure when a woman say to another woman, and it's so cute because women keep like
We
with
say
each
the
other,
truth,
yeah, and it's like with each other we're like mean sometimes, so it's like a keep battle with each other. So when a woman say to another woman, I feel like it's pure, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm pretty today.
You believe it?
Yeah, when a woman say, of course. When I say,
I'm gonna
like
tell you every day.
Yeah.
Better, you look very cute today.
Oh, you gotta tell her to model. She'll model for you too.
Yeah,
How about you, Miss Nati?
Skinny, but not too skinny. I go back to just feeling like, why are we always being put inside a box? Why is there always such a higher expectation, especially with beauty? That's such a big one. With body, that's such a huge one. You're modeling, I'm in the music industry, and it's always been like that. Like I've sat down in places where I've been told that, oh, you have to lose weight because you're supposed to. We go back to you're supposed to.
What the market wants.
What the market wants.
Looking for.
it would look better.
But the market fluctuates. Like back when I started, I've been in this for a while. It was like, okay, you're supposed to look. Beauty was defined as this.
Yes.
But now things have evolved. They have changed. You see more curves. We should embrace that, So I feel like anytime somebody comes with another stigma or another put me inside the box, I'm just the one that's always just trying to break the box. Like, I don't have a box. If I feel beautiful,
Exactly.
that's what matters.
Yeah.
You need to feel beautiful about yourself.
Of course.
You have to stop thinking about what a man's gonna think, what a woman's gonna, what anybody's gonna think. If you feel beautiful and you look at yourself, like you said, in the mirror and you say, I embrace who I am, then it doesn't matter. Lose 5 pounds, gain 10 pounds. I love myself, and that's what matters.
Absolutely.
And it's sad because I'm sorry, a lot of women think that way because I used to think that way. I'm like, does this person like me? Is this person gonna like me because of what I look like?
Right.
So it's a valid point, But once you realize none of that matters, whoever comes in my life has to accept me the way I am. That's it.
It's how you feel.
Yeah.
If I feel good where I'm at with my weight and you have a problem with that, then again, that sounds like you have
are
a
the
problem.
Exactly.
I'm good. And you know what is more like, I feel like it saddens me is when you're okay with where you're at, and because of that stigma, because society says, they look at you like, well, what do you mean? You can still work on it. Yeah, of course I can work on it, but if I feel good and I don't want to and I'm okay with my voluptuous self, then that's what matters.
You know what I think it looks like? Beautiful confidence. Even
Absolutely.
if you are a little bit of way more, I look at yourself and you look confidence, that's the most beautiful thing.
Confidence, it's sexy.
Yes.
Yes.
And actually, perfect example, guys. If we see the news, we see the most beautiful woman, J-Lo, Shakira, they being cheated on. So if we have that as an example, why can't we wait? So that lets you know that it has to do with your individualism, how you accept yourself. I
Yes.
think if you accept yourself, whoever's meant to be in your life will accept that because it transmits. I think we impart or transmit our insecurities to others. Actually, it's funny because my producer and I were talking yesterday about that. A lot of our insecurities, it's where our kids, we put on them, and to the people around us. So even with our partners and the people that we choose to be around, hey, does my butt look big? Does my things look like this?
Right.
A lot of time I answer them like, of course you're gonna say that. Like if you would say any otherwise, I will kill you, right? Never mind. I answer my own.
Right.
So I'm like, of course I look good,
Yeah.
in that sense that it looks a little like this, it looks like a little like that. Of course it's not gonna say, no, babe, it looks like that.
Right.
Then obviously I don't want that person in my life. But at the end of the day, I think the skinny, not too skinny, I think the overall is being healthy. being super skinny doesn't mean for us to be healthy. But if because we have all different body shape, guys.
Of course.
And if I'm a little more square, you're a little more voluptuous, you're a little more, slender, and our body in a healthy way will never look the same. But I think if we're fine accepting how God brought us, and in that sense, feeling healthy, because it does not matter how many surgeries we've done. Believe me.
Believe me.
I know many people that do many surgeries, and they do cut half of their arm, half of their booty, half of this. And I'm like, why you did all this surgery if you're using so much filter? Like, how insecure are you in that sense?
Right.
Yeah.
But at that point is, if you do whatever, like going through even surgeries, that does not change how you feel inside. And that's when it's time for us women to stop
Yes.
and say, and I can say this myself, what doesn't make Gia happy?
Yes.
And when I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, oh, girl, I love that. Yeah. Oh, girl, I love this. Yes. How can us, girl, start the change within us? How can we not only start the change, but the change actually move forward into other generations?
Well, in my case, it happened, again, not because of people. It happened because of my own transformation. It's always good to, help reinforce, other people's, because at the end of the day, we want to empower each other. So it's good to start, when your kids are little, but it also you have to work on yourself to be able to impact to your kids, and inject that to your kids. So I feel like working on yourself and developing yourself, because it took me time to look at myself in the mirror. Like this morning, I was like, oh my gosh, I look so good. I can't deal.
That's beautiful.
Maybe that's a little too much.
I was like,
she analyzed herself.
For real. I was like, evil queen. I love it. But it's hard to get there. Once you get there, share and impact it. Like it's never gonna be a time where I'm gonna ask somebody, do you like how I look like today? I don't do that anymore, because I was like, no, you have to like yourself. That I used to do that.
Yeah, same with me.
But now I look at myself and I'm like, okay, that's perfect. Yes. And I continue.
Actually, I told that to Jeremy, because as everybody know, well, the ones that really know me and Jeremy, everybody knows that I get ready in half an hour, and my husband takes an hour and a half. Yes.
An hour and a half.
Well. Jeremy takes an hour and a half.
Are you serious?
Sometimes 2 hours to get ready.
The hair.
Promise.
It's the hair.
Like
Just the outfit.
to the point that Jeremy took a shower. He's starting to blow dry his hair. And I'm like, I lay for 5 minutes on the bed. I go take a shower. I wash my hair. We have the same length of hair.
Yeah.
When I start doing my hair and my makeup, Jeremy's still dealing with his hair.
I knew it. It was the hair.
And I'm like, thank God that we have a good confidence side. I'm like, damn, Jeremy, if I would not be a secure woman, like, I feel you're competing with me. I'm the woman. I'm the one that's supposed to take. So now everybody in our whole entire circle understand that if I'm always late, which is 99.99% of the time, is because of Jeremy, not me. Sometimes, se pega. But it's funny because then I'm in the middle and I'm bothering. I'm like, damn, Jeremy. And he thinks I'm going to tell him, damn, Jeremy, I look good. Que mulatica más rica. And he goes, he's like, yeah, baby, yeah, baby, yeah, baby. So I think that change starts with us. You know?
Yes, absolutely.
Saying what we want to see. And I promise you guys, you're going to start seeing it. Because sometimes when we, it's like us believing something so small that is being, that we're being fear of for such a long time, that when you actually verbalize it, say, those chichitos are not that bad.
That's right.
It's not going to start bothering you, those chichitos.
That's right.
Does not matter how many lipo you've done. Me, honestly, and I'm telling you, I've done couple. Los chichitos still go back, baby. If we do not eat healthy, it goes back. So how many, lipo am I going to do? So I started saying, my chichitos look good no matter what. But it starts with us. You go through the same process as a surgery of recovery, the same way as you go to work out and to do that. Again, we can all do any changes to make us feel good, because there's certain things that we wanted, fix in ourselves.
Right.
But the change start once you fix that you find yourself and say, wow, besides all that, what a beautiful woman I see.
Right.
You know, with so many talent, you sing amazing, song right. Many can look so pretty and still trying to find that perfection. That
Exactly.
Oof,
guess
that
what?
perfection.
But you
That's
know
a
what?
huge
We'll
word.
never find.
I don't want to lose that point because I think your point is good.
me,
But
tell
that happens in generations because you tell your kid, oh, what is that mom going to think if they see you this way? Oh, what are they going to think if they see you like that?
Too chubby.
So stop about caring about people's opinions.
The
That's the
validation.
point. That's
That's
validation.
literally so
People's
true.
opinions. I don't care what people have to tell me. I'm beautiful and I feel beautiful. So whatever negative you have to say is not going to come in. So you have to, inject that to your kids.
People's expectation.
Exactly.
So society, that
Yes.
is the society expectation that in
Yes.
order for society to change, it's really us that needs to change. It's
Exactly.
really us that need to accept each other.
Exactly.
Again, I'm not saying that we can say, oh my God, well, girl, obviously it's somebody that we see that not in a healthy, path, always trying to empower those people, but with love.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's the key when we see somebody, because a lot of us have gone through depression and certain things that is natural life challenges that we all have to do. Especially us when we're in our periods of menstruation, we start eating ice cream and chocolate, all that. Yeah, whatever it is. If you see somebody and say, "Girl, what you doing? You look so fat," just try to find a loving. How would you like somebody to tell you, "Hey, Gia," in a way of love to build each other
Yes.
and
That's
not just
right.
like
Yes.
No, not break each
destroy
other.
each other.
Yes.
Not break
'Cause
each
that's
other.
what society does all the time.
All the
It
time.
does. And that's such an awesome point. Like back to, I want to just reiterate on the perfection thing that you mentioned, because how real is that? That we're expected to be, what is perfect doesn't exist. And I see women all the time trying to live up to some perfection, but it's because we've always been told you have to be. What do you mean I have to be what? Perfect doesn't exist. We're all imperfect. Nobody's perfect.
Absolutely.
And I feel like the more us as women embrace our imperfections,
Acceptance.
rather than throw it in each other's face, there's power in that. So it goes to what you're saying now. We have to come together more. We can't just sit down and talk the talk. Oh, we as women, we have to continue to come together more.
Yeah.
And there's so much power in you seeing someone and saying, hey, it doesn't matter. Your imperfection that you think is an imperfection
No one sees
is actually that's your power in there. That's you that makes you authentic.
Yeah.
So don't feel any
Absolutely.
type of way about it. Embrace it. And again, we're free. If you want to make a change, but make sure that when you make the change, you feel full already. You're making this change
Yes.
because
There we go. Why?
I feel
Yes.
You know?
Why are you going to sacrifice your individuality? That's what makes you different. That's what makes you stand out.
Right.
No, embrace it,
Exactly.
Our producer are being laughing here so hard in the back. I would like to know what it is, but we'll let you know in the inside. It's going back into which, ladies, let me tell you, I'm probably this is going to be like 2-part deal because I don't want to leave nothing out because everything is very important. Perfect example. I've always, and now I'm more like voluptuous after I have my kids and all that, but I always had that little square figure. And somebody once told me, which actually was my sister-in-law, she told me, yeah, you have such a beautiful legs, because I used to hide and used to wear jeans and all that. And then that was like, really? And so make sure, guys, that when you find somebody that maybe they're insecure, find that something that you say it's beautiful, and whether, say, wow, you have beautiful eyes. You have, bring somebody up in their day, because you have no idea what they're going through. And that loving compliment you gave, it can make a whole lot different in their life.
Yes.
So
true.
Guys, anything else that you want to add to this? Because I think we have been on point, right?
Yes.
Couldn't done it with you guys. I think it's a very extensive, topic that we can all talk and be here for hours, because we've been brought up into that way. And it takes to the time. I think it has to do also with maturity, to the point that you're like, wait, have only one life. I need to break free from whatever, it's hindering me or not letting me live a life. In my case, maybe live a total marriage that I want my husband to enjoy me regardless, even with my flaws. Get to the point in your life that you're like, wait, if I don't do this for myself, I'm going to be 60, 70 years old. And what happened? I live on whatever else wanted expected or what my mom wanted it, which I love my mom. Mommy, I love you. She created me a very strong woman. She's in the contrary. My mom wants me to cover myself up all the time. She doesn't like my short hair. She's like, I love your curly hair. So she always embracing the beautiful thing in me. But at the same time, we go back and we raise the same thing. If we have a boy, I'm sorry, guys, we make it easy on you guys. And if we have a girl, we make it so hard on them because you're a woman, you need to be a ladylike. And guess what? Let's raise life, as individual for this society, that we can be raised with acceptance, love, and above everything what God created within us. Because God put on each individual of us a gift to be given to the world. So don't allow that gift to be hindered, but rather be exposed to those that is to help us, to help humans, to help this world, and to help each other. So thank you, ladies, for helping me today. Right?
Thank you for
not
having
doing
us.
this topic by myself.
Thank you.
Wait for part 2.
Again, my amazing people, nothing but love to you guys. Success, and always embrace yourself. Take it to your next level and shut down all that noise and focus on your vision and the beautiful thing that is in you.
Yes.